Hello, lovely people, our viewers and subscribers. We are here today and we are bringing you the best because we have a Guinness World Record, Andrea, on our seat today to talk about his story of his journey. So, I will let him introduce himself and then we take it from there. Hello, Andre.
How are you doing there? Trudy?
I'm good.
Thank you very much for having me.
You are welcome.
That's good. So my name is Andre Belibi. I'm an extreme athlete, mindset coach, and personal trainer. I'm also a two-time world record holder. One of this record record, it's just been certified by Guinness. So I was in the ice for 4 hours and 5 minutes in 1 ton of ice, as you can see right over there.
Yeah.
Right over here. And also ran 45 kilometers barefoot in snow, only like this at like 2,000 meters elevations. Also did a lot of things. I did 300 marathons. 300 marathons that represents 1/3 of the Earth's circumference. So it's like 1/3. So running across the USA, running from Europe from France to Africa. So a lot of things. For the good cause, of course. That's the most important thing.
Thank you, Andre. And you are welcome to Finland.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And I'm happy for you to be in Finland because we are one of the coldest country.
That's what I came here.
As a body contact Iceman, you are on the right line.
Thank you.
Yes. We are happy today to listen to your story, your journey of life.
Of course.
And what made you to get that strength to go into body contact for 4 hours, 5 minutes? We want to hear your story. So we are peacefully here with our guests and also our audience to listen to your story, to empower somebody out there who is also going to be enlightened through whatever he or she is going through in life.
For sure.
So, the ball is in your court. We are all ears and alert to listen to you.
Well, yeah, like for sure. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff, so I don't want to go all over the place, but I'm talking, and of course you can always talk and tell me more details of whatsoever, tailor the speech more. But first of all, why I did this world records in 2020. A lot of things before, but in 2020, after I finished my race across America from New York City to Los Angeles, that was after, all of us remember COVID-19, right?
Yes.
COVID-19 definitely was something. Then in 2020, I have some really hard situation and still dealing with depression, and as well dark thoughts, suicidal thoughts and stuff like this. And at that time, I really needed to do, and the situation where I was at the moment was as well really hard. So it was like I really needed to find something extreme to help me dealing with this. So that's when I heard with the greatness of the cold. So the greatness of the cold, the greatness of the breathing, how literally it can change with physiology, as well about the dopamine level. Dopamine, it's like an hormone that's going to help you to not be technical, but help you to feel better. So ice baths were great, breathwork was great. So I started doing this, and I really felt the great effect of it within the next few days, within the weeks. Like really felt the effect right away, and it helped me to have another look at life.
Okay.
Then afterwards, as I was going there, I was like, well, I already ran across America. I ran from Europe to Africa, and I was like, why not doing a world record, So, of course, it took me a lot of training. All right, no kidding. The 1 ton of ice for 4 hours and 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
First, I wanted to do 4 hours and 30 minutes, but 4 hours and 5 minutes was enough.
Okay.
Then I only wanted to do 4 causes because, of course, obviously, it's really nice to do, wow, world records are good, it's amazing. Okay, but what's the cause behind it? Because the why is the most important thing. So I did that to show that for my daughter, because my daughter was on the autism spectrum disorder. Okay. So I really want to show to my princess that it doesn't matter what you have in life, because in life, all of us we have flaws, or all of us. It's not even because she has flaws, but because all of us here we all have flaws. But it's to show that doesn't matter how you are, because doesn't matter what you have. Do not listen to the external world, but listen to your inside, internal, right?
Okay.
From the within to the without.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to show her, that you can do anything in your life. And also I want to show the world as well to her, and also to the world, and as well to everyone else with this neurodivergence, which is to be on an autism spectrum disorder. Because obviously, I mean, to be honest, look at me. Like, do I look like I'm from a cold country? Of course not. You know, so of course I'm a mixed French, mixed Cameroonese. So I also wanted to show that doesn't matter where you're from, with a good cause in mind. I called you worthy cause, you can do all things. And that's why, thanks to my God, that's why I set the new ice bath floor record of being in ice for full body contact with ice all the way up to my neck for 4 hours and 5 minutes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
That is incredibly beautiful. And it must be hard for you to take this kind of decision.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come to think of it. That wasn't a joke at all.
No, that was serious. I'm laughing, but it's extremely serious because my life was on the line for this, you know. That was definitely something.
Exactly. Okay. Your story is inspiring. So we want you to tell us more. You have told us how you went through depression.
Yeah.
What's the story behind it?
Well, the story behind it, I mean, if now we go even deeper, well, it started to do when I was in France. And I'll talk, and if I talk too much, you always can, say.
Oh, I'm here for you.
Of course. I appreciate it, because I'm going to go really deep now. Get ready.
Okay.
So, when I was, I'm born in France in 1986 in a small city called Cherbourg in Normandy. My father moved from, I won't talk in now, but maybe later, but my father moved from Cameroon in the 70s. So he moved from Cameroon to France. He also had an amazing journey. He swam in the ocean for 12 hours. Then you have to swim back. Anyway, crazy, amazing story. That's where as well I get a lot of his strength from, right? From the mindset and everything. Then he moved to France. Then he arrived in Paris. Then after he moved to a city called Nantes. It's in France. Then after he met my mother. Then after he my siblings. Then after they moved to another city called Cherbourg. Cherbourg, it's a city when you have its nuclear power plants, where they do treatments of nuclear waste, and as well when they have another power plant, or I should say a power plant where they produce nuclear energy, and another plant where they treat nuclear treatments and waste and so on. So as my dad was a qualified welder, so we moved there. And of course, at the time, in Cherbourg, there's not a lot of black people. Actually, we were a bit of the first part of the family there, right? So as I went to school, I listened to a lot of racism and stuff, and you start to have hatred, and I had a lot of hatred then. Teacher used to say stuff, kids at school used to say stuff. Of course, then I have friends. Then obviously, with people around me and stuff like this, people from Morocco and stuff, like we're like a minority. I don't even like to call that word, because minority, what the heck does that mean? That's for me, that's crazy. But anyway, at the time, so I start to get into a lot of troubles. I start to do things, there's no point to go into too much details here, but afterwards my parents saw that I was going the wrong path.
Andre?
Yeah.
At what age did you start experiencing all this?
When I was like 6 years old.
6 years old?
Yeah, of course. So imagine a child with at 6 years old, like you in a world where you just have hatred.
Yes.
Anger. That was pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That might really got to you.
Yeah, of course it did. Yeah. So it's then afterwards, like, because I was going to a path where I was not really doing the best stuff, and also getting involved with drugs and stuff like that, and a lot of social worker also got involved. So it was really hard, and also my father, in front of me at 11 years old, he had a stroke.
When at the age of 11, your father had a stroke? In
front of my eyes. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was pretty hard, because it's of course it's traumatizing, but also my father, he had lots of stress,
Yeah.
Lots of stress because also work, because of me, because of the kids. So that's why definitely it was hard. Then after that, then I got to when I was 12 to 13, 12, close to 13.
Yeah.
They decided that they've been talking with my mother and stuff that maybe we should send Andre in Cameroon for a few years.
Okay. To a relative?
Sorry?
They took you to a relative in Cameroon.
Well, I was related, but my father wanted to make sure there's a lot of also more, like something that he trusts my hands, of course, it's my family, but he wanted to be that I was going to be in a good, proper environment. So he knew that person from church.
Yeah.
We did his studies in France, in Nantes, actually.
Okay.
He's a surgeon dentist. So being over there is going to be a lot of discipline, we're going to have to work and everything. And, so I went there. Right. Yeah.
Good to know. Then life started also from there. How was the journey from that place?
Well, from that place, the journey was definitely something because also, I'm mixed race, so I'm not fully black either. So over there, I received a lot of racisms. So called me all kind of names. There's no point to say the name. So
it's okay.
It was hard, Then, and of course, as you go through teenagers years, all the hormones, and you look for your identity and stuff like that. You're like, where the heck do I belong? In Europe or Western world, I'm a black man here. I'm not enough black, or where the freak do I belong in this place, right? So that's why I decided to start doing push-ups.
Push-ups.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was my little, and I did a lot of push-ups, believe me. Yeah.
Wow. You do that every morning?
Yeah, I was doing to do at 14 and a half. Because I started drinking, smoking and stuff. So my brother at the time, when I went visit my parents in France for vacation, Christmas, it was like, my brother was like, you cannot keep doing this. You need to change your life. You're already 14 and a half and you're already doing this.
Yeah.
So my brother would be
Okay. At some point, did you ever think of returning back home to your parents, even though they send you out there?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because it's you're a 13-year-old child. You're away from your family. It's hard. Sometimes it was just to cry over there. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to say on my parents, that I was angry and stuff. Maybe a bit sometimes. But I thought about them because it's, if I stayed in France, really, then I was going to be in forced systems and get worse and stuff like that. So at the time, I believe, they did their best, they did their best for now.
As parents.
Yeah, because what else could they have done?
Okay. At what age did you sit down and think of putting your life together on the right track?
The right track? Well, from then after 16, I talked, and I was like close to, let's say, in 2006 almost. It's a process. You want me to go through a bit of that process?
Yes, let's go. You are telling us your story.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, 16 years old, I go to Salt Lake City. So, because we're a lot of my father, also my parents wanted me to send me there for vacation and stuff. At the church and everything there. Then afterwards, then I was like, when I was there, I'm like, I'm not going back to Cameroon because I had enough.
Yeah, you've lost interest there. It's over there.
At the time, I think it was the time there's a time for everything. So after my parents were okay, I went to France, then I did a lot of back and forth between Europe and North America. Then after I went to Canada and I went to school there. And I went to in Calgary, the city of Calgary, when they had I don't know if you heard about the movie called Cool Running. Okay. When you have the Jamaicans, 4 Jamaicans who participate in the Winter Olympic Games. So that's when they're.
Okay.
So anyway, a lot of things happened there, a lot of motivation, but as well, I got involved with the wrong crowd. And actually in 2006, I started to get involved with gangs there. So I almost got killed.
Ooh.
I almost got shot, So then afterwards, and a few weeks later, my father died. And for me, it was a big shock. It was literally a big shock because I was like, I need to turn my life around. So at the time, then I went back to Europe. I went to England and stuff. And I was kind of doing jobs here and there, but I didn't know exactly what I was to do. And then I had my daughter who came to this world. And I was like, wow, I really need to turn my life around. Yeah.
Wow. Your daughter's mother might have been a strong woman.
Sorry, say that again?
Your daughter's mother must be a strong woman to be with you at that stage of your life.
Yeah, well, there was definitely, yes, of course. She was very, very, very strong.
Yeah.
Because it's yeah.
Because you had a lot going on.
Yeah.
And not every lady would like to be with a man who has a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So she is a strong woman.
She is, for sure. I'm really grateful right now that we have anyway, everyone has a past, everyone has a story. There's no point to go too much in details because it's private matters, private lives. But what I have to say is that I'm really happy that we're both mature enough, and that right now we have a great relationship for my daughter.
Wow,
that's the most important thing.
That's good. So when you got to Canada, how did it start with this eyes body contact? You slept and wake up and said, I want to be a world Guinness record with eyes contact? Or did you start from somewhere by dipping your hands in the cold, bath in cold water? Tell us the story about
for sure. Well, like I said, like we can even talk to you for like 10 hours, but we won't. But I'm going to go straight to that point. So between then, I live in Canada, went to England, did my study in England. A lot of stuff happened, but definitely when I was in Switzerland, when I moved to a city called Zermatt, in the ski resort there, when I discovered the breathing in an ice bath, that's at that time. So I was saying by 2021, that's when I was like, I'm going to do the world records. I want to do a world record. I thought about it to do it in 2023, but things took more time. And at the time, because I was in Switzerland, I wanted to do this in Geneva. But afterwards, I wanted to go back to Canada because I need to take care of some matters there. I was a bit of worry to go there because I was involved with some crowds, there. So it was a bit, I wasn't into the mafia, don't worry. But I was into some different stuff. But I was like, you know what, dude, you got to face your past. You gotta face your fears. You cannot live. You cannot hide. You have to face
your fears.
Face your fears. So that's what I did. So I did what I had to do, and then I went back there, and I see actually that over there everything was fine. So it was interesting, because as I went there, I was in Geneva at the time. I contacted some news in Calgary, and when I got to Calgary, actually, I have a lot of news. I was on TV all over the place. So that's why I'm like, no, hold on a second. I want to do the world record in Canada and Calgary. Like the movie, like the Jamaicans who came here, right? Because the Jamaicans, the movie called Cool Running, they did that in 1988. And it's funny to see 4 black guys in a bobsleigh doing, I'm sorry, but it is what it is, a white man sport, because at the time that's what people thought.
Yeah.
But they made history, and as well, it's interesting because they didn't win the Olympics in 1988, but they changed, they changed because of what they did. And even until back then, when I watched that movie, when I was 10 years old until today, right? I was like, I'm going to do the world record like you see right now, that the Calgary GMC Stadium. This is Cowboys rodeo, So for me, it's like doing the world record there was a big deal, Yeah.
That is impactful. At the age of 10, you watch it and it was stuck in your head.
Yeah.
This tells us to be mindful of what we watch.
Of course.
Because you can put it into practice and it will come into reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So at what year did you fully said, I'm ready for this?
Well, in 2024, so I have my friend Grady Simmons, Ian Boyd over there in Calgary, over there in Canada. So we're talking about it. First wanted to do the records in March of 2024, but things were not the best. It was not the right timing because I go to Calgary. I was for the 14th of 2024.
Yeah.
And he picked me up at the airport. It was like, well, the box is not even ready. We don't even have a venue yet. I was like, nothing's ready, like you come to a place and we're like, well, I guess, we need to beat the box, as you can see right now, it's plexi glass and everything, so it takes works. So we were like, okay, let's do it in March. So we had a venue, but things didn't work out. And there's a place where I did like a pre-trial things. I did that for an hour,
Okay. When things don't work out, is it because people are putting you off the idea or they don't believe what you want to do?
Outside, it's at the time was a bit of that, but mostly it's outside environments.
Okay.
It's stuff that you just cannot control,
Okay.
So that's why definitely things work out better. And actually, I believe there's a higher reason, there's a higher purpose.
Yeah.
And my friend Grady, he knew a lady in Canada who worked at TV there, and anyway, she got involved with the Calgary Marathons.
Okay.
And they did talking, and they were like, "Well, Andre, I have a great news." But at the end of this conversation, was like, "Well, however, I have something. We need to postpone of 2-3 months." I was like, you know?
You couldn't wait.
Yeah, but things happen for the best. So like, it's really good, and you work for the best. And the lady at the time is Kirsten Fleming,
Okay.
and she was like, "Well, they wanted to do this Guinness stuff as part of the weekend of the Calgary Marathons. So it's 2 days. So the marathons was happen on the 26th of May, right? But 24th was like when people come to the event, pick up the bibs, go to shops, go to venues, get ready for the thing. So yeah, and we did it then, and we succeeded.
Okay. We come for a break and watch the video from the start of how the journey began with the body contact.
Yeah.
My audience, can you join me on the screen so that we watch it together?
Yeah, let's watch it again. Sure.
Yes.
We need to. Yeah. We can put it back.
We can start from beginning.
Yeah, let's start from beginning. It's better. Yeah, because we.
Yeah. And that's what Autism Canada is all about. And that's what Andre really. 4 hours! 4 hours, Andre!
Yes.
All right. We're just making sure the logistics are taken care of. We've got an empty out whole so we wanted to make sure we've got the support it needs.
Hey buddy, you just broke the world record. What do you got to say?
I don't know. It's for the good cause. You know what? It's for the good cause, for higher power, higher purpose, to serve my fellow being. That's the most important thing.
Yeah,
That's it.
powerful.
That's it, brother.
Powerful. Good work, Andre.
All right.
We're all proud of you. buddy.
All right. Oh.
Okay, can we get a hand off our boy? Good job on that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can you describe the physical and mental challenges you faced during the 4 hours, 5 minutes of full contact body with the ice?
Of course, absolutely, madam.
Yeah.
So what happened then? As you can see, they put me in the ice. Then after you have to pour the ice, right? So it takes a while. And actually, I didn't say that to no one, but I'm gonna make a little confession here. Don't worry, it's nothing.
It's okay.
I was sick. I was coughing really bad.
Okay.
So I did a world record sick. What I want to really emphasize is that I was on a mission because I was at the time under lots of stress, a lot of pressure from stuff and everything.
Wow.
But at the time, when I was in the ambulance where they put me patches or whatever, right? I was like, I gotta do it. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I did that with a mindset. You can do even more great things. But anyway, so they put me in the ice.
Yeah.
So I go like this, and definitely they put like ice until my neck.
Okay.
Then at 20 minutes, 25 minutes, there was a big thunderstorm who started coming, and it started raining really hard.
Wow.
And definitely no one saw it, but like the weather really got really bad. I feel like there was opposition from unseen world, a force that that I really couldn't do. So that was definitely hard. Then what happened? I mean, it was pretty bad to the point where the lady who took care of these marathons, was the directress of that lady, Kirsten Fleming.
Okay.
She came and talked to me, and talked to the staff. And as they talked to the staff, they were like, "Well, the weather is really, 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 really bad, and we might have to stop. Thunderstorm. It started raining. The temperature drops. I was in the ice, so it doesn't matter. But rain, you can see that they even put umbrella. tarp over me, and even me, I could see with my eyes, like the sky got so freaking dark, and I should be two lightning strike, left and right. And the people came there and talked to my team that they asked me maybe we should stop and do it, and they were like, Andre, you will never is gonna stop, I'm
Wow.
like, so anyway, and they asked me, I'm like, I'm not gonna get out of here. We're gonna do this stuff right now. But at that time, that's a specific 25 to 30 minutes exactly. I don't exactly remember. But at that time, I knew that the world record's gonna start because I felt like opposition, but within me, for the cause, for that purpose, I was like, that's when it started. Then after 1 hour being in the ice bath, it's like I was there, but my body went kind of my spirits, my soul, my conscience, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
But I was definitely I went into a state. But you have a question?
Like a half state.
Yeah. So literally, it's like I was there.
It's like you move from the world to another world.
Yes, exactly.
In between.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's what that's the entire point. So I know what I saw.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. I know what I saw, so I can die for what I saw because these were my convictions. But definitely, I want to share that with the world because I was there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, my body was there. People were like waving at me. I was like, no expression, no emotion, nothing. Just into my mission, I believe. You
didn't get a reflection of people waving at you.
They were, but I was like into within.
Within,
like a statue. Like a soldier. Like I have a mission, so I'm gonna fulfill it.
Wow.
So an hour, my spirit was. My conscience was there. It's really hard to describe. So I want to describe you with the best that I can, but it was a bit like there and everything. Time went by, and people were like, like this. I was like, okay. I was happy, of course, right?
Yeah.
Then at 3 hours and 40 minutes, it's like I felt like everything came back to life.
Was the time in front of you, or it was all your imagination?
The what? Sorry, the time?
The hours. Yeah.
Well, people were telling me, right, because doctors, and maybe we can talk later about it. Like doctors, ambulance was there to make sure I don't.
So at that time, your senses was working. When people talk to you, you hear what they say.
I heard what they said, but I hear what they said, but it stays up there. It's like you have a sphere, right? You have a sphere,
right.
Or like the Earth, beautiful planet Earth, right? You have the Earth. You have the Earth, and you have the atmosphere, and you have God or universe, or whatever you want to call it. They made this Earth so nicely that even when you have like stars or whatever want to enter the atmosphere, it doesn't happen. Right? So people were saying that to me, but I was like, okay, but I was into that state. So at 3 hours and 40 minutes exactly, I remember,
Yeah.
Then
Tervetuloa suomenkieliseen satuhetkeen satulaivaan kello 16.
Yeah. Then at 3 hours and 45 minutes, then I felt like my consciousness, my stillness, my spirit went back all the way to my body. And I felt lots of pain. I was like,
Wow.
Like my legs here, it was cramping like crazy, right? Because I was doing a lot of meditation, mindset, third eye meditation, whatever, And I was lots of pain, and it was extremely hard. And I even felt in a piece at one time because I pushed my body so much that, like when you're in the ice for so long, you have your balance in your body, impairments in your ears, right? But because I was in ice for so long, my body started to literally, if I kept on going for 2 hours, then I was gonna die, right? But it's like I felt in a state of pushing. Now I'm getting closer to some dangerous place, and I felt like literally I was moving, but I felt like I was in the box. I was going like left and right. Then after something inside me told me, Andre, because at that time I wanted to do 4 hours and 30 minutes or 4 hours or 15 minutes.
Okay.
Something told me, my instinct told me, do not do, I could dove and everything, right? But if you do it out, you're going to be on your own. But at that time, that Andre, you're only going to do few more minutes of the record, because the record is, it was 4 hours and 2 minutes before I did it.
So your innermost spirit was talking to you at that time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you had these mental challenges of calculating stars. But you felt everything within.
Yeah, I felt everything within. But what's important here and what should be remembered is that something told me, you have your ego, right? Your ego, I'm come do more, I'm a tough person, blah, blah, whatever. And like my inside, the instinct said, well, you're gonna do the world record. Don't worry about it, you know. But you're only gonna do a few minutes.
Okay.
Because if I did more, then something, because I felt something could have happened. Something really bad could have happened.
Wow.
Yeah. Then at 4 hours and 5 minutes and it was 20 seconds. They just pulled the plug. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. After the challenge, have you have any medical challenges in your body, in your brain, your heart?
No, well,
lungs?
Everything was pretty fine. Just I would say sore, because let's be honest, this is a world record, so it's a big deal. My kidneys were sore for a week.
Okay.
Right? Because the ice is exposed there. My shoulders were sore as well, and as well my the traps.
Okay.
But as well, they put me into the paramedic.
All right.
So in the ambulance, they put me there that I recover for 1 hour. But so far, for 1 hour recovery. Of course, after that, I was still a bit in a state of I was still sore. Obviously,
the whole body was sore.
But after an hour, I recovered to, let's say, 70%.
Wow! Then you're a strong man.
I don't know if I'm strong. Yes. Yeah.
Indeed, you are to break a record. Yeah. Okay. So now, with this record that you are holding, you have done a whole lot of work on it to get this.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's 1,000 ice baths. Huh?
Exactly.
1,000. Yeah.
What are you doing to keep this?
What do you mean to
keep this record? Because as we are having this talk today, you sharing your story is going to empower somebody.
Of course.
Inspire another person
to do more.
To take your challenge and do more.
Yeah.
So are you going to do it again, or you're waiting for someone to break it?
You know what? Actually, I'm talking to, there's a guy here. I know some people. I'm not going to say name because it is what it is. But they will potentially take the record. I'm pretty sure, you can never be sure 100%, but I'm sure someone else will do records, because records are meant to be broken, right? What's really important here, I don't do that for glory, to be I'm a strong guy.
Yeah.
That's crap, because all of us one day we're all gonna die, we're all gonna go. What's mostly important, it's about the message.
Okay.
It's about the message that I convey, it's really something. So I really hope someone will take it, that's for sure, it's just how it is. But I really did it for the cause that I call chase your worthy cause, achieve your extraordinary, that whatever God He blessed me with talents to do extreme sports. I want to put that to the service of others, like you just said, to inspire someone else.
Exactly.
So this world could be a better place. It contributes with my own skills. Compared to the world, that to bring a positive change, either a tangible change or intangible change, to be the world a better place.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear. This is your certificate.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah. Yeah, kidding. Guinness. Yeah.
Okay. Are you willing to train somebody to break this record?
Yeah. Actually, that's what's pretty much.
Tell the youth, tell the young men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to break this record?
Nobody wants to.
Whatever, yeah, I mean, it's or this.
We want you to keep the title.
Huh?
We want you to keep that title.
Oh my God.
Okay.
This stuff takes a lot of time,
Okay.
So maybe you can show it a little bit there.
Okay. Yeah. Our viewers.
There we go.
This is the certificate of the World Guinness Record.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
2004.
2024, yeah.
Yeah. 24. Good job on that. And he's willing to train anybody out there. You can contact him to break this record.
Or to do other things too,
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, we will come there. Yeah. Yes, yeah. So, ANSIA Global Organization, sharing is caring. Our viewers and subscribers, follow us and subscribe. Admit Talk Show, we are here to inspire success, and this is one of the success we would love to inspire. Follow us and subscribe. And follow Andre also and contact him for that. We have beautiful audience here today, beautiful young women and gentlemen, handsome men in my studio today who have some questions for the world record breaker. Yeah. So we will take some questions. Audience, you can send your message and we'll read it. So you can ask your question, gentlemen.
My name is Enoch.
Enoch? Yeah.
I want to take a question to the world record holder for staying in the ice for long.
Okay.
I mean, we all understand that it's not normal for a human being. Well, my question is that we know that it's not normal for a normal human being to stay in water for that long.
I mean, ice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
No kidding. It's not normal. It's not normal at all.
At all.
I'm hearing for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know few hours of, not even few hours, few minutes of contact with ice will make your blood freeze. Like, did you take anything strange or like some substance for you, like to stay in water? Because normally your blood will freeze and it will turn into a stone. So like,
Well,
it's
very good. Well, I took some supplement, but like everybody else, I took some protein and some stuff because also you can see I like working out and things. But apart from that, no, it's a lot of like meditation, breathing, belief. That strong. That belief is the pit, is the core. And the practice. Someday I was training, I was crying. I was literally crying,
Okay.
like this, like you say, it's not normal. Of course, not normal. I mean, look at this. What is this, right?
Yeah.
But definitely, it's one day at a time and practice. And I think about my dad, and I think about my daughter, and I think about my God, and I think about like all the people out there, and and it keeps me on pushing forward on being inspiration from others. The thing is, though, it's one training at a time, one day at a time. Because too much like, okay, I'm going to do this, he will drive me nuts, he will drive you nuts. One day at a time, I do my best. And tomorrow is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm telling.
You are challenged. You're welcome on board.
Just go ahead,
Okay. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
it's
If
amazing.
he brings out of people like if he brings out of people something positive, that's my mission. That's really my mission.
Nothing is really impossible under the sun.
Of course not.
It's like the right attitude to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Enoch, you're on board. Yeah. Now we have one client.
Okay.
Good to go now.
All right.
Yeah. We have hope.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay.
Yeah, I have
Thank
a
you.
question. I see that you are a real doer and that you like to challenge yourself and that you're always doing something. What are your plans for the future? Short term, medium term, long term?
I like you. That's good. Well, yeah. Well, also like career-wise, business-wise, because of course I have a daughter, and I want to also settle down, find someone, and just have a family here in Finland because I'm here. So it's to learn Finnish. So minä opi suomi kieli. I'm already learning Finnish because it's important, I believe, to learn when you're country to learn the language, even if they speak English. As well to create what I'm doing with Andre Belibi coaching to help as much as people as possible in firms, in enterprise, in schools, because I know in schools as you're a teenager, as I've been through, I was a teenager once, it can be hard, you don't know what you're doing, you get involved with wrong crowds, so we want to help people like that. And also record-wise, there's 2 world records, another world record I want to do next year, so I will need your help, You'll be either May 2026 and May, I will talk about a record before, but this one is going to be either May 2026 or September 2026. So I wanted to go to the Himalayas, so only wearing shorts, and I want to do a push-up records in the deaf zone.
Wow.
So I want to do a push-up record above 8,000 meters. So this one I want to call it.
Enoch, you're in.
Yeah. I want to call this one the push-ups of hope, because
Okay.
each day
Push-ups
one
of
push-up.
hopes.
Each time when you do one push-ups, you represent like one day, like we said, one moment at a time, or 1 minute, or one day at a time, right? It's like this. Okay, you did a push-up, it's hard. Okay, now the next day, next push-up, so that's those kind of things.
Okay.
And I'm thinking as well, potentially by the end of this year, why not run from here to Lapland in winter, wearing a shorts only?
Andre, are you real? Let me touch you. Give me a handshake. Wow, you're real.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. Those are plans for me.
Red shorts.
Yeah. Well, in that short, yeah.
It has a lot of work to do.
Yeah. But this is that was another record that I did last month actually. So I was in a ski resort called Tignes.
Yeah,
so
45 kilometers barefoot run world
I had
record.
to stop because I almost lost my toes. So.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got frostbite stage 2.
Stage 2.
Yeah, so I'm happy because what's important with those things, like I did for the other records, I'm happy to have listened to the inside.
Okay.
And to stop before something happened to you.
Good. It's good that you're always
you have
listening to your instinct inside you.
Instinct. Not doing this is called stupidity, insanity, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're not stronger than the element. That's impossible, So really important here, guys. Huh?
Okay.
The instinct.
You stop when it tells you to
Yeah,
stop.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you lose some toes. That's up to you.
It's good I fold your hands that you are real because the things you talk about they are so incredible. Yeah, you need a miracle for that to do certain things. Yeah.
With faith, with belief, nothing is impossible, right?
Yeah.
That's my mindset that I just want to try to preach.
Okay. Is your question answered? All right. You can't. Anybody else, or he asks his second questions? Okay, Mr. David.
Well, yeah. Listening to Andre sounds like a move. It's very strange. You're a street man in the house.
Yeah.
Simply because I never imagined like anybody else. Like most of the people here think that okay, probably sitting in the ice for even 30 minutes. Last Sunday, as a matter of fact, I froze, and it was only 20 minutes. I was out there.
Wow.
And the temperature was like -6. 30 minutes. And I couldn't stand it. Tears were coming off. And
oh my.
Hey, why is this train taking so long? You were there for 4 hours.
3.
You got a different spirit. You got a different soul.
Yeah.
Now, I was trying to imagine something. You are not from a cold country yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder why couldn't you even choose to go and climb some high hill in Cameroon or in France, or go probably to my country to climb Mount Kilimanjaro?
Okay.
But you decided to go to Canada to sit in the ice.
Yeah.
What informed this? I have more questions anyway.
For sure,
Why
yeah.
did you choose the ice?
The ice, because the ice is a great teacher. Ice is a great teacher. Ice is a great teacher. If you disrespect the ice, it will kill you. That's just as simple as this. But however, if you humble yourself enough, it teaches you. Because at the time I was going through, like I said, depressions, personal relationship didn't work out. I was like, I'm 35, I'm going back to France, to my mother's place. Things didn't work out. And I'm like, like when my break's going to come, dang it. I was like, I'm tired of this. And really dark thoughts, and I was like, yeah, so the ice, that's why it's interesting what you're asking here, because of course before that, it was still going through a hard time, but after in the summer 2021, when things didn't work out, because I was in Ohio, in Chicago over there, so I went back to France, and I was like, what the heck, it's like I look at universe, look at God, I'm like, why I'm freaking struggling, why this, why that? I was angry. I was angry at him, I was really, it was really bad. Then that's why I decided to, let's run the records.
Yeah.
Before summer 2021, I thought about records, but after summer 2021, that's where I really I started to do even hardcore training. I did first 40 minutes. I did first an hour in the ice bath. I was like first hardcore. I used to go to the fisherman, because at the time I didn't have any proper ice bath pool or bin, or whatever you want to call it. So I used to take a garbage bin.
Okay.
So I put 80 pound or 90 pound or 100 pounds, 30, 40 kilogram, 50 kilogram of ice. The the fish market ice?
Yes.
That chip of ice.
Yeah.
Really it's cold. And I used to put 2/3 of water, and I add core salt, that big salt, because that core salt gonna drop the temperature. Underneath the ice, the water was like 1-2 degrees, and above it, I was like a human smoothie, human frosty. I don't know if that have in Finland, but in Canada and the States, frosty. It's like a slush or whatever it is.
Okay.
And the water there was like it was negative, -1.5, -2, and I used to stay there for freaking 30, like an hour. And believe me, those ones things are hardcore. But yeah, So I talk too much on most stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, I understand. I think you are doing this for a good cause.
Of course, yeah.
The truth of the matter is that there are so many people and young people, adults, children with identity crisis.
Of course.
It is real.
I mean, look at the world we live in today. It's insane. Like freaking social media all over. It's yeah, for sure.
Because listening to you, I get the background that part of it is informed by the identity crisis that you are facing.
Yeah.
Things to do with the racism.
Yeah.
Discrimination of some sort.
Yeah.
Here in Finland, those kind of things exist, and they may be happening silently.
Yeah.
People don't talk much about it.
And that's the worst, because it's
These people would need your help.
Of course.
And I think probably that's one of the reasons that you are looking up to.
Yeah.
That you could meet those kind of people and probably show them the way.
I would love that.
Though people take different, approaches to solving their problems, but this could be one of those. Why I'm bringing this is because as you sit here now today, you are a totally changed man. I believe your state of mind and your vision and your hope for life is different from what you're facing.
Absolutely.
And so you believe that this is therapeutic.
Oh yeah.
For the mind, body, and soul.
Yes, and that's really why I also came here, because also the reason why, because my daughter is in England, so I need to be closer. Canada was like 9,000 kilometers, but at least Finland is not too far, and that's also one of my hope to help kids as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and adult and whoever needs this.
And I hope you're not planning to take a marathon from Finland to England.
Yes, maybe I fly.
Andrea.
Don't throw me ideas, because you know what? It's
I feel you are not in the world.
Yeah.
Join us. Be real.
But please get out there and get us to this extreme athletics and wellness of mind. It is important.
I will do my best to serve everyone that I can. That's my mission on earth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. David. My gentleman.
Well, I have a question. You said you're half French and half Cameroonian.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you probably part of your family is still in Cameroon, right? Or
Yeah.
your friends, etc. Have you ever thought about going back to Cameroon and doing a presentation there, inspire people there? Because that might be even more impactful than here. I mean, it's impressive that you are living sort of in the land of ice. But if you go to Cameroon and you present your story, it might be even more impactful.
Yes.
Because they might be harder to imagine for them how hard it might be to pass a record like this for someone that comes from their land.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
have you ever thought about going back and doing presentations and inspiring people there as well?
yeah, well, in some kind of way, yes, because I mean, I have land over there, so I'm from a village called Doom, also where my father is resting right now.
Okay.
So it's like in 60, 70, 80 kilometers southeast, southwest of Yaoundé. So there's something that I would like to, actually, that's one of my, thank you for bringing that up, because that's one of my dreams, to talk to people there, to talk to kids there, definitely.
Would be a real celebrity.
Of course. Of course,
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I thought about it. I don't know how it will turn out and stuff. I need preparation, but that's something definitely that we would like to consider.
All right. Okay, thank you for your question.
There's a question here.
There's a question? Okay.
What happens after the dopamine? Like after you have like the stimulation and the dopamine, when like you no longer have the stimulation, like where does your mind go?
What you mean, like for after the records or in general in life? Or?
After like during the activities when like you stop, you're not doing anything. But like where does your mind return to their dark place, or does it stay in a neutral place? Well,
this is very good what you're saying. For example, after I ran across America, because I also ran from France to Africa, so you're right, the dopamine goes like a roller coaster. Bang! And
Wow.
you see that a lot with like professional athletes. You know, like after things, you know, some people they get like no offense, people. If you want to be fat, that's your problem. You know, I don't have nothing to say. That's whatever. But you know, like I mean, they're gonna turn to food or addiction, alcohol or whatever it is. It's just self-destruction, pretty much, right?
Okay.
So after that, it happened to me. It was pretty hard in 2028. I mean, 2028. No, calm down, buddy.
Okay.
2018. After I finished training from France to Africa, I went to really dark place. And then definitely 2020, when I finished running across America, I did, right? So it was hard because as well what I was working, I felt a lot of adversity, so it was extremely hard. And then after this right now, you still go at times. I want to be honest and clear, it's really important, still going at times, but through those techniques that I created, you know, through techniques and through breath work and through the mindset, I should say, the state of mind, the breath work and the ice bath, it helps me to maintain.
Okay.
So what I mean by it is I help to live with it, because being like, oh, you know, I did this, I don't feel sad anymore. That's bullcrap. That's not reality, you know. But what I'm saying is I learn to live more with it, right? Because the life, it's not the record, but I don't know records every day. The life really is right now with you guys, with everybody. It's right now, so I can learn, I can cope with it more.
Okay, thank you. Is your question answered?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, Andre, let's move back on. Mr. David, you have a question?
Yes, because I think this is very interesting.
Okay.
Andre,
Yeah.
you have done this under very stressful situations or conditions.
Yeah.
Have you at some point or during that time when you were preparing for all this, did you have a trainer or a mentor or a coach?
Yeah, there were some people times, you know, I talked to some people in Denmark. I even talked to some people some people even in Canada, you know, and just my friends, my close friends and families, you know, and and this, I mean, and prayers helped me a lot as well, you know.
Okay.
Like, and I'll talk to bishop friends, you know, I talked to a lot of people because it was extremely difficult.
Okay.
Well, so you didn't have anything like a professional, let me say, mind coach.
No. I mean, what I mean by that's like some people help me at times, but they help me at short of time. But saying that it was for all the time, I would be lying, you know. And it's important to tell the truth. So at times people came, but I was pretty much on my own with the spiritual help. But physically, I was on my own.
Okay. Mr. David, is that okay for you? We can move on a little bit and come back to the audience. Okay. Andre, let's move back on to the Guinness World Record. Let's move it into the humanitarian job.
Humanitarian job?
Yeah. What are you going to use this record to be able to help the needy?
As much as possible.
In what ways?
Mental, spiritual. I mean, spiritual, I should say mental.
Okay.
Mental, like psychologically.
Okay.
Because we live in a world, I think, is getting extremely difficult.
Okay.
I don't want to be scary things here on or whatsoever, but things we live in a world of things, you know, and I'm not here to talk about politics. People do whatever they like. People do whatever they like, of course. But we can live in a world where everyone right now, it's a lot of all the cell phones. Technology is beautiful. Of course, I'm using this for you know, to try to promote do my best to do a good message. But it becomes as well really it's pretty scary because it's like a self. How do you call the egoism in French? How do you call when you don't think about yourself? How do you call that?
Selfless.
Yeah,
selfless.
How do you call that, sorry?
Narcissism.
Yeah. A bit of narcissism, the world say a bit of selfish. Yeah.
Selfish.
Yeah, selfish. You know, which all are something against. You know, it's okay because we're not perfect. But anyway. So it's right now. It's me. You know, we want gratification now, but we forget about the hard work of stuff, and it's this and we move away from deep values, family values, important values.
Okay.
And that's pretty scary because we can see right now how everything's happening. You know, it's So my goal right now is really to help as much as people as possible, to help them connect with the inner.
Okay.
Because
Okay. That is done. What about the orphanages?
The
children, the needy.
Yeah. Well, of course, to narrow it down, what I want to do in the future is
when it comes to charity.
Yeah. I need to secure myself as well, like financially too, because it's for my daughter. How can you help others if you cannot help yourself?
If your cup is empty, you cannot pour for other people.
But also, what I want to do later, I want to create some kind of like we want as a team to create like a foundation.
Okay.
And I'm going to do work for charity, for orphanages, for example, or like we're saying, go to Cameroon, because you have a lot of orphanage over there, to stuff like that, or go to foster homes. And talk to kids who were like, well, you know what, society against me because I'm like this, because I'm like that. I'm like, stop being a victim. Look what I've done. You can do it too. Maybe not like this, but maybe other way. You can be a singer or a writer or philosopher, whatever you want to do. So that's really my help through different things. It's because it's a broad question, right? But it's really to different organizations or orphanages or children in the hospital, I would love to go there.
Good.
Go to children in the hospital because like when I go there, it makes me cry. Like you see this kid with cancer who probably sometime they die soon, but it's to bring hope. To bring hope and to really help people to connect with the inner.
All right.
Because that's the most important. It's the most important thing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Now we move back to the audience.
Sure.
Anybody else that has a question? Okay.
Andre was talking about depression, and David said if you got some help. I think that at some point it's important because depression, I struggle with depression myself. It's silent.
Of course.
Lonely disease.
Okay.
You are motivating me a
that's
little
good.
bit.
That's very
but my
good.
question is, do you think it's important also to go to a specialist to get some help?
And I'm going to tell
that with another, with what you do.
Do
you think it's very important?
It's really important. What is really important? Because myself, I did therapy for 1.5 years. So I had a psychology. I had a psychologist. Guys who did a world record. Oh, you can be like, these guys is so strong or whatsoever and everything, So a guy with I had it, and I'm not ashamed to say it, Try to get the help, everything that you can have. I still deal with depression. I'm not gonna lie, but I can live with it more, And maybe later I'm gonna go back to counseling therapy. But yes, it's very important. Thank you very much to raise that up.
Like this depression is something that maybe is not well understood. And
of course.
How do people have someone like is depressed or whether it's a temporary thing? How do you understand what depression is? How do you discover that you are kind of depressed?
Yes.
Hearing people saying they're depressed, and I don't know whether I'm depressed, but could you please tell us?
Oh, sure. There's of course. There's something really important. I'm not like a psychologist or everything. I didn't study and stuff. But what I'm saying is through my own experience, right? So that's really important to say that. Like I don't know exactly, because say if I know everything, I'll be a liar, and I'm not a liar. So the thing is to really there's all kind of depressions. So I'm trying to to educate myself more about the subject, and I try as well to use my own experience to help the people as much as possible. That's all I can answer. And that's all.
Okay. Thank you for the question. Is it answered?
Does it make sense or?
All right. Thank you. You gentlemen.
So my question is, so we have this with the social media and everything that we have these days. There's something like wellness influencers or something. Wellness influencers, like we have like I don't know
the wellness influencers.
Like something like that. People that are posting themselves that they promote wellness, physical wellness, or whatever. It could be mental, could be anything. But there's something going on right now about people that say that they're putting on like goals or recommending some things to people. Help themselves, like in terms of health wellness, like some experience and everything. And there's really no way of knowing whether it's authentic or not, because people posting it on social
It's
media. Like how like what you're doing is obviously like you've seen how much work you've done into it, but there are also other people out there that will claim that they have achieved something great, and it's really it's not true.
Yeah.
So how does that kind of like kill the authenticity of about like impacting people in the
Well, you're right, and that's extremely important and extremely dangerous actually, because there's some people who think that and you know what, I don't judge. They do you, I do me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what's important here is that some people, they say stuff and they don't say it, or because you have 1,000 likes, or because you have 100,000 likes, then you're higher than me. Of course not. So I'm just trying to how can I say this? I'm just trying to do the best that I can to influence as much as people as I can. That's what I can answer to.
Andre.
Yeah.
I think that probably one thing that will distinguish you from the wannabes or people who actually pretend to be what they are but they're not is the certificate.
That's it. Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Of course.
Yeah. This is the certificate.
This is no joke. This is serious.
Can there be an imposter?
Huh?
Some imposter, somebody who is not Andre, and posting on the social media, I am the Guinness World Record.
Come after
you go after him. Yeah. Andrew is going to come after you. Yes.
I'm playing, but.
Can we take a picture with it and post it online?
Yes,
Andre, my business with you is not done yet. You talk about the future. For me, your future is today.
Of course.
What you have done speaks volumes.
That's it.
And it needs to get its roots into the society,
into
the community, into the countries right away.
Exactly.
And we are here, good men and women, with our own networks. We come to listen to you, to confirm that it is you.
Mm-hmm.
And please allow us to be your agents.
Sure.
So this thing can go into the community.
Sure, please,
And for a good cause.
Yeah, of course.
You are humanitarian in nature, listening to you. And because again, time moves for everybody.
Exactly.
And we want to really see you in action when you are still in this good shape. And let's do something together.
For sure. Yeah, 100%.
I think Finland is a country of choices. It is a country of prosperity if you really got something that is genuine.
Yeah, so that's what
something impactful to give to the society.
Yeah, that's why I came here as well, because it's a beautiful country. And actually it's funny because you can see behind, this is the former Prime Minister of Finland, Sanna Marin, and as I was giving a speech in Calgary, I mean, there was some kind of it's called Energy Disruptors, a conference.
Okay.
And she was speaking there, and I talked to her a bit and everything, and I was like, well, maybe, and she was like, yeah, in Finland we have Avento and stuff, and we've been talking, and like, ice bath, and I'm like, yeah, maybe one day I come to Finland and do an ice bath. And she was like, sure, and here I am today.
Right. So, who is Sanna Marin?
It's the former Prime Minister of Finland.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
By the way, you have a camera there, and you are live, and you are being recorded. So
Yeah.
you can invite her.
Yeah, sure.
I'm in Finland, a few meters from her. So.
Yeah, I mean, Sanna Marin, if you listen to me, if you listen to us, please come get involved, with the community here.
Yes.
I've been talking when I was in Canada. I met you, and now I'm here, and in the west of in the west of Helsinki.
Yeah.
I'm in your country, and I'm in here in Finland. So definitely, we would love to meet you and do something together to motivate. To be a good impact for the Finnish community. Kiitos paljon.
Ole hyvä. It's great to have you here. Even here, we don't need wood to make a structure for you. The ocean is already frozen. The seas, they are already frozen. You just need to jump into it, and there you go. This is Finland for you. You
Yeah.
have beautiful nature.
For sure, of course.
Exactly.
I mean, look at this. You go north of the city here. That was in France. Yeah, that was in Teen. But I was so cold that my hair turned blonde. What the heck?
Okay.
What the heck is going on here?
You keep changing, looking different. Is it the eyes that is doing magic on you?
Maybe I'm an agent. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. This is amazing. It's amazingly beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really inspired.
That's good. That's the point. So I hope you're gonna help me. Yeah, like we were saying, help me to get involved in the community, because there's something. Alone you go faster, but together we are stronger and we'll go further.
Exactly. Yeah. If the audience don't have any question to ask, you have a question. Okay then.
Your life journey is truly inspirational.
Thank you.
I can say there is a word called Sisu, which means resilience and
Yeah, I know Sisukas, 9 years Sisukas. Yeah.
And determination. So I believe that your resilience and determination made you to achieve this kind of
course,
unique record.
For sure.
My question is, all of these tasks are I can say life risk tasks, right?
Okay.
Whether it is ice bath or else barefoot run or else push-ups in Himalaya. These tasks are not at all easy. Why you choose this kind of life risk task? What made you to choose this? Are you passionate about it, or else because of your depression or stress?
Yeah, it is. Wow, you guys ask really good questions. Kusumus, right? In Swami, Kusumus, Huva Kusumus.
Yeah.
So why? Because also he helped me, because like I was saying, depression is still here at times. So he helps me to not go crazy, and he helps me to live with it, to have I don't like to say normal life, because a normal life, what does that mean, right? But he helps me to cope with life better, to do those challenges, to stay mentally sane.
Okay, it's your question answered. Thank you for the question. Any other person? Mr. David, do you still have some questions?
Well,
okay.
Yeah. This is very interesting. So, Andre, you are talking about extreme athletics, and now away from the ice business, back to you are running from France to somewhere
to Morocco and Rabat. Yeah.
What was that meant to achieve, and what were the repercussions?
No, of course.
Later on.
You mean on the mind, body, or?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I did this race. I call it La Migrante. So in French, La Migrante means the migrants. So it was to pay tribute to my father, who migrated from Cameroon to France in the 70s. Okay. So as he went there, he walked from Cameroon to, where Cameroon is, right? It's near Nigeria, between Nigeria, Central Africa. You have Congo in the southeast. You have Gabon in the southwest, kind of things. And he walked from Cameroon all the way to, he walked in, because my father was a professional football player. He was very good at it. Cameroonese,
Yeah,
I'm not really good though, but he walked and he pretty much his journey took him 4 years from Cameroon to Mauritania.
Okay.
Mauritania, so it's to pay tribute. Then after he had a crazy, really intense journey, he did a first attempt to go to a big container ship. So he swam for 5 hours to get to the ocean. To get from it in the night as well. Huh? Wow. Swimming in the ocean at night, is a scary place.
It's scary.
He could feel all the fishes were nibbling him on his skin.
Yeah.
And he got to a ship there, and he got caught. And the captain of the ship came with an axe to intimidate him, or even try to kill him. Because who gives a crap?
Yes.
Just an immigrants, on the ship. If they kill him, chopping off. Sorry, but it's pretty much reality. Who will care? We'll throw him in the ocean. But he negotiated. Then he came back and swam back to the shore 6 hours later. So he swam for 12 hours.
Wow.
The Diliba first attempt is really to make you understand a bit more,
Yeah.
Then after the second attempt, he stayed in a cruise ship, container ship, on those big container ship, which was docked from Mauritania, from a city called Norfolk. I don't remember exactly how, but he was lying down with a friend on the different, those life raft, for 8 days.
Wow.
After 3 days, no more food, no more cookies,
Yeah.
The little station with not food. I don't know about water, but Then he arrived in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam. So maybe it's not cold as Finland, but believe me, winters back in the 70s were already cold as it is right now, right? And then
Who was he to you?
My father.
That was your father that you're talking about him.
Yes.
So that kind of strength, that kind of zeal is in your gene.
I guess,
Yes, it's in your gene.
Yeah, it is. Come on.
With the journey that your dad took.
Yeah.
That is what is in your gene that is keep pushing you,
and
giving you that edge, that kind of strength.
Yeah, because and even you see my father, it wasn't like really like it wasn't like, well, I did this. It was really humble. But when he speaks, you just listen,
Yes.
You listen really carefully,
Yeah.
So because he told me because of his mission, he wanted to do that for his family, for himself, for his future family, And then and then that's why I did that race. Did that race for him as well, for also promote migrants and stuff, immigration, good migrants.
Okay.
Because I believe it's not political, but at the end of the day, that's what my father raised us, told us. When you come to a country, you need to integrate. Of course, you're gonna face racism and everything, but as a person, you need to give your best and integrate in the society.
Thank you.
So I wanted to do it because as well to show that. Because like kids from in Western world, we take things for granted, like things for granted or things. But no. My father used to walk like 15 kilometers every day to go to school, right? It is back home in Africa, right? Some places. So was really for that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Andre. Mr. David, is your question answered?
Well, it's answered.
Okay. Thank you.
Then I think many of us would be willing to attempt this. These are very daring.
All right.
But we really need to get the butterflies out of our stomach.
Exactly.
For us to try this. So please prepare us mentally.
Yes.
That is to tell you that you need to have a very structured way of preparing people mentally on how to get into these journeys.
Yes.
Then they could get there a lot, in some guided way. Otherwise, then let's walk the journey. The whole world is here for you, from Finland back to Cameroon, to Ghana, to many parts of Africa, to many parts of Asia, to South America, to America itself. Get people, get things going.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. David. We have a special guest from the Civic Awareness, the county lesson participants. I would like him to ask a question.
Yes, I was going to ask a question, but he already asked that first. But I have a command for you. I'm a physical person, especially cold scares me to death in the winter. If I ever attempt to go to a lake in a mild summer.
Okay.
But I had sought for you to do attempt certain things that would scare the death out of
you?
Another person. And my comment/question would be, as she already mentioned, you're doing these things. The biggest question is, what if trying would let do things the way it did not plan? Have you ever thought about that?
So can you say that again? Because I don't.
So, I was used to do a lot of things when I was younger.
Of course.
Back then, they didn't scare me. But you have a family. You have
of course, yeah.
So you're attempting such things.
Yeah.
I'm sure things scared you.
Of course, it's human.
That you might lose yourself.
Yes.
Family. So how do you overcome that?
All right, let me help you with it. Break it down. Have you ever thought of the consequences if things don't go the way it should go?
Well, you mean for me?
I'm right? Yes. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe we're gonna go out. Maybe it's the last day. Nothing is certain in this life, right?
Exactly.
That's really something really important. But what I'm saying here is that you remember what I talk about, like, because everybody have different gifts or whatsoever. It's really important to listen to your instinct.
Yes.
That's why I really emphasize it. That when I did a war record, when something told me, do not pass that point.
Yes.
Because if you pass that point, then you're on your own, pal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when I ran, like last things, when I had frostbite, stage 2.
Yes.
Stage 3, toes off. Stage 4, foot off,
Exactly.
So I stopped at stage 2. So I really listen to my instinct. So the advice is really to listen to your instinct, because we all have, and do not let your ego take over. We'll all have our ego. Of course we do. Come on.
Yes.
Have a bit of ego.
Yeah.
No kidding. Duh, But like, your heart, your instinct should stay the orchestra chief of your ego. Because other way around could get you into trouble. You know, your instinct. Listen to your heart.
Just listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that answer your question?
You stop when you have to stop.
Exactly.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah, because I mean that let's say that 45 kilometers barefoot, I plan to do 100 kilometers. You see? So I could have been like, oh, you know, the ego kept on going. Yeah. Came over, you know. But
yes.
And at the time, because the people I was doing with, they say, if you do this, we're gonna do bigger promotion for you, the 100 kilometers. But I stopped at 45. But I was like, it's okay, I don't care. You know, I feel in peace with the decision that I made. You know.
Okay. That's good. You have a question?
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
A little bit technical. When you're trying to break the record, you run for those 45 kilometers. Have you thought about running 30 kilometers, warm up your feet, make a 5 minutes pause, get things in order, and then you can run another 20 or 30 kilometers? Because when you train, you don't do like probably 100 push-ups in one go.
Of course.
You make pauses. I don't know if it's allowed when you are trying to break the record to go, for example, 20 kilometers at a time, then stop, take a little pause, warm up your feet, make sure they have enough blood flow, and then run again for another 20 kilometers.
Well,
is it allowed?
I mean, it is allowed, right? Because what's happening right now, there's like I said, there's a guy who did a world record from Czech. You know, and it is
allowed. Like there is a requirement that you can follow.
But what he did this in 20 minutes. I mean, he did like 21 kilometers in like 1 hour and 50 seconds and 1 hour 50 minutes and 42 seconds anyway. And he did semi-marathon, which is 21 kilometers. And me, the first day, I was a Tuesday, I ran close to 20 plus kilometers ish, you know, in 2 hours and 30 minutes. But afterwards, then the second day, you know, I did close to plus 24 kilometers, right? And I did it in 3 hours and a half. So, I mean, it doesn't really answer the question, but I'm going to keep on going. But that two together was 45. That's why it's technically a world record, because I point myself in the space, visualize myself through that other Guinness record.
Yes.
So for sure, I mean, definitely, I could have done it, but you know. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the question. Is it answered? Okay, Andrew, back to you.
Yeah.
My audience, I think there is no other question anymore. You have a question? You can ask.
My question is 3 questions in one.
Okay.
When you are going for such activities, do you go for health checkups? And in case you do go, in case you find out that there is a complication that you can't do, would you still embark on such?
Yeah, I like those.
And then the third one is, what advice would you give to somebody who has a health complication and would want to embark on such?
Oh, you don't do this. That would be called stupidity. You know?
Okay.
It's really definitely to check with the health specialist, you know. And like I'm saying, like I'm doing personally, it's to do it with practice. But like I was saying, like when I train people first, you know, because I'm not a doctor.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. Of course, I know, of course, with the physical and stuff, but I'm not a doctor, right?
Yes,
so it's
you
really
are not.
important always to go check with your health practitioners, professionals, before you can go with such an activity.
Yes, he is not a doctor. He is a word breaker. Thank you.
Maybe in case you find out there's a health complication and because you still want to do it, would you do it? That's why I'm
Yeah, well, for me, it's the mission. So it might be contradictory, and I don't care if people, you're dangerous. I mean, it's my life, so it is what it is, right? But this was my mission. Of course, doing a world record. Who's going to advise you to do this? You know, there's a guys those who did world record before. You know, you're from Poland. Some guys from Poland, and I'm not here to talk about ego because I don't care.
It's okay.
But they've been training since the 9. You know.
Yeah.
And me, I've been training in 3-4 years, and he did the records.
Wow.
Of course, when I talk to people, they were like, well, it's dangerous and stuff. You know, well, it's dangerous because you stay in your comfort zone, right? But like I said, you know, like I took a lot of practice, a lot of things, so that's how I did it. Because, of course, if you listen to the average, you know, then you're not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I get to the point again, that all of us here, we have different talents, and that's really important.
Yes.
Different talents that if you put for a higher purpose, higher cause, to help your fellow beings, that's how you can do incredible things.
Okay.
That's the blood flow. That's the line. That's the lifeline. You know?
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for your question, and it's answered.
Finally, from me, finally. I know you've done this partly because it's for your daughter and honoring your dad. And how does this now sit with the rest of your family? Your brothers, your sisters, your other siblings, your relatives?
Well,
what kind of message have they conveyed to you since you broke this world record?
Well, they can see that, they relate a lot that, as like the Belibis, because I'm André Belibi, like the Belibis, we can do lots of things, we can do a lot of things through good cause. They can see that it's in a gene, that we can do amazing things. They inspire definitely.
Okay.
That's good,
All right.
You got it even closer together. That's what I feel.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. Thank you for the questions. And thank you, audience, for your questions. And they are all well answered. I hope so. Thank you. Andrea, your last words for the world, the youth, the men and women. What are you telling us to encourage us, to push us, to fight forward for our individual talents, the consistency, the zeal? Just give us some words to empower us.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, achieve your extraordinary. What's important, really, like, go back to your talents. Excuse me, like,
it's okay.
We all have talents, whatever it is. Speaker, writer, singer, or whatever it is. Like, to really go into your talents, right? Go into your talents deep. And it's hard. If not, then I can help you with this. But as well, definitely to know yourself that you're someone special in the world.
Okay.
Know yourself that you're someone special. Because if I can see these people, like, okay, sure, I don't know what you get, but like, you all want someone special, and that you go through hard times. Because I still go through hard times. Take one day at a time. Take one moment at a time. Of course, you got to make effort, because that no one can, no one will do it for you, right? But one day at a time, one moment at a time. And show a lot of tolerance and love to yourself. Love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you help love others? That's insanity. That doesn't make sense. So really look for your talents, for sure. You can look online, or you can help, or you can ask me, whatever. But as well, really important to definitely have tolerance with yourself. If you have any issues or addictions or whatever it is, try to do your best. Okay. Go one day at a time, and you love yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Andre. I'm honored to have you today on the seat. I'm empowered.
That's good.
And I'm calm and down. It doesn't feel real, but it's real.
It is real.
Yes.
It's real,
Yeah. Thank you, my audience, for joining us today in the studio. It's my first time to have people sitting looking at me. It feels good, actually. Keep coming every day for me. I would love to have you all. Yeah. Okay. ANSIA Global Organization, we have our culture diversity event coming on September, which we love everyone to come on board. We will have people to come and cook their culture traditional food. The Togolese, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Indians, we are all going to be here. We're going to taste dishes, the finished dishes, and everything is going to be here. Just come and have a taste. Last year it was beautiful to have a lot of people here. We enjoyed. We would love to have people here this year also. So we have a lot coming our way. And then also, me being part of the civic awareness, I still want to remember each one and everyone that one vote counts. So please don't be at home. Be supportive, and let's vote for men and women that can send our voice to where it needs to be heard. Thank you all, and have a good evening and enjoy your weekend.
Round of applause.
Okay, it's time for photo shoots. Take pictures with the world record.
Yeah, just very quickly.